A group of UPEI students has organized an event for tomorrow night in Summerside that should help them raise funds and have people raising some glasses. These are Faculty of Education students who are specializing, and their specialty requires a bit of travel. So they're combining the notion of travel with a global wine tasting opportunity. Jason Cook is a second-year education student. Wade Lynch is the Associate Artistic Director at the Charlottetown Festival. He's also a wine expert. And they stopped by Main Street. Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
I'm a little bit familiar with this program, Jason, but maybe you could just tell us about what it is that the students that are in this part of the education program, what it is they're focusing on and are going to be doing.
Well, there are 26 of us within the Faculty of Education who are accepted into two specializations, and they are the Indigenous and International Education specializations. Part of the requirements to fulfill the program is that we do a practicum outside of Canada or in an Indigenous community. So those of us in the program will be traveling to different countries in May and April of 2013. And so part of what we need to do to make that happen is to raise funds, because this is, although it's part of the program, we have to pay for these experiences.
Yeah. Some of these locations are pretty far away. I mean, you're talking about a big airplane bill, right?
Yeah, we could expect, I'd say, in generally 3,000 to 4,000 per student. We have students who will be going to Nunavut, northern Sweden. I myself will be going to New Zealand. So we need to be able to get there, get home, and pay our expenses while we're there for 6-7 weeks.
What an amazing experience, though. I mean, it makes so much sense for what it is you're studying to actually get practice in it.
It's absolutely, and they do prepare us in our courses before we go. But, the experience to travel internationally and to integrate into different cultures, not only do we get to learn through those experiences, but we get to bring the learnings back into the classroom when we return to Canada. So the life experience is going to be incredible for these students.
Yeah. I guess you're learning a lot about fundraising too, huh?
Yeah, 4 weeks ago, somebody said, I believe it was the Dean of Education, said, let's have a wine tasting fundraiser. And I said, if that is your wish, we'll make that happen. So,
well, I know that Wade Lynch is well qualified in this. Wade, you're a sommelier, aren't you?
I am, yes. Yeah, when I was just starting back on my acting career back in Vancouver in the early 80s, I worked for a wine company. And in order to be licensed in the province, you had to be a sommelier. So I was paid to learn how to taste and assess wine. So it's a passion that I couldn't always afford, because the really unfortunate thing about doing a career goal like that when you're young is you can't afford it. I was introduced to these fantastic wines and liquors from all over the world when I was in my young 20s, and I was just still paying off school debt. So I was still on a beer budget, and now I had this great wine taste. But so, as life has progressed, I've maintained my license, and my enthusiasm for wines has never diminished. So when opportunities come along like this that benefit my particular taste, and of course that help these young people go off and do amazing things in the world, it's a great marriage.
So how is this event going to work tomorrow?
Well, it will begin at 7 o'clock at the Eptek Art and Cultural Center in Summerside. Most of our events are centered in Charlottetown, so we really wanted to make a connection to that part of the island and that community. So as we've organized, we wanted to showcase local artisans and the products from the local business community. Maurice Bernard has donated a limited edition print, a few other local artists, jewelry makers, some wine items. So we're going to have all those items on display at the wine tasting. If people want to show up, we are selling tickets at the door. There are currently tickets at the Harbourfront Theatre. We will drive tickets to people if they want them. But there are tickets still available. 7 o'clock, the doors open. They come, they have some wine. There'll be a live and silent auction. There will be Wade. Tickets are $50. Yeah, it's going to be a super nice evening. We have another university education student who's going to play classical guitar for us, and there'll be local artists who are actually on the walls at Eptek right now in an exhibition. So it's going to be quite a night.
So, Wade, are you going to be doing song and dance with wine, or are you going to be talking up the wine?
I'll be principally talking about the wine. There's always opportunity for song and dance, So we never know what happens. But we actually have chosen 6 wines to feature over the evening. There'll be an introductory wine, and then I'm going to do wines at 5 stations from around the world, and in progression from obviously from white to red to sparkling, so that we can assess global varietals as we send our students off on global missions. And then with each wine, we'll also have a food pairing, so that we can assess the wine by itself for its particular characteristics, and then match a food that either challenges it or meets it ideally. So a little bit of education and a little bit of fun and a few jokes and stories,
Wade can do that thing where you stack all the glasses up into a pyramid. I was at a wedding, and I'd only seen that on television, but he actually did the whole pyramid thing with the glasses and started pouring, and the glasses got filled up for the toast, and there was no spillage. It was fantastic.
I'm not guaranteeing that, Karen,
Okay.
but there will be bubbles. We always
There will be bubbles.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a very imaginative fundraiser. In this day and age, you have to start pushing the envelope as far as fundraising. And I wish you and your colleagues all the best in your adventures. Hopefully, we can keep in touch and connect when you're in these locations.
That's wonderful. We appreciate that. We hope to see everyone in Summerside come out and support us. It'll be a nice evening. Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Karen.